Oh, bonjour, mes amis. Hey, it's Frank. I've got another book review I'm going to do for you today. This week I read a book called Diary of a Mad Fat Girl, and sorry to block you, Justin. I thought the book might be kind of important. Diary of a Mad Fat Girl by Stephanie McAfee. Diary of a Mad Fat Girl is a story of Ace Jones. She lives in the South. She's kind of smart-mouthed. She's very sassy, I guess you could say would be a good word. She's a high school art teacher, and she works at a school in Mississippi in a place called Bug Tussle, Mississippi. Ho, y'all. Hey, I'm from Bug Tussle. My accent is not very good. Ace's best friend is Lily Lane. They were childhood nemesis, and then they became like best friends when they were 12. And then they have Chloe, who is a guidance counselor at their school. Lily, by the way, is a French teacher. Bonjour! Chloe is the guidance counselor, and she is Lily's friend and Ace's friend from college. And she's married to this big douchebag named Richard Stacks. Richard Stacks is a mean guy. So here's the storyline. Lily gets fired by this evil principal named Catherine Hilliard, who is a hoe bag. And Lily's falsely accused with having an affair with a student. So, you know, it's not good to lust after teenage boys. What was I saying? Anyway, Lily gets fired, and she's accused of having an affair with a student, but she didn't actually do it. So Ace and Chloe, they team up to try to help her, but Ace gets mad because she walks into Lily's house, and then there's this like 18-year-old boy sitting there, and Ace is like, WTF, Lily, this doesn't look good for you. It's not what it appeared to be, but that's what it appeared to be. So, right after that happens, Chloe ends up in the hospital because Richard Stacks beat her up. And, she doesn't come back to school anymore. So Lily and Ace make up, they make friends again so that they can help Chloe. Ace is out to prove that Richard Stacks is a philandering a-hole, which is pretty much the truth. She beats the shit out of him at the hospital and, you know, gets arrested. So yeah, what happens next? What happens next is that Ace and Lily are in the process of, you know, trying to stalk Richard Stacks to catch him doing something douchey, and they come across this old woman named Gloria Peacock, and she's crazy, batshit crazy, but she helps them because she's not really as crazy as everyone thinks she is, and she's like super connected, and she's got all kinds of like futuristic technology in her house, and she can wave her hands and make pictures of people appear, which is very, very handy. I suggest it. So, as all this is going on, Ace is trying to go to work, and then she's like, nah, I don't really feel like going to work. I hate the school. I hate this principal. She's running into the ground. And, you know, that's something I can kind of relate to because, you know, back in the day, in like the, I guess it must have been like the 1400s. I was, 1400s. No, that's not right. Well, I was in England then, teaching little kids, and, there was... no, my lie is getting away from me. Sorry about that, I can't really relate. Anyway, Ace gets fed up and she just stops going to school, and then she just decides she's going to go on leave. And so after she does that, she is at home all the time with all this free time, and so she starts going on these adventures with Lily in order to help catch Richard doing some douchey things. Chloe gives them a camera, and they're off. They catch Richard wearing a dog collar in some lady's living room in a very compromising position. They follow him to a strip club in Memphis where they dress in drag, and they end up getting kicked out and arrested again, at which point Ace is kind of put on leave from her job and threatened with being fired. But Gloria Peacock to the rescue because she finds pictures of the principal in compromising positions with the superintendent, and it turns out the principal's husband is kind of into other dudes, so, you know, it gets kind of weird and messy and everybody's bedding around with everybody else. But, you know, that's, I guess that's what life is like in Bug Tussle, Mississippi. So, in the midst of all of this is Ace's on-again, off-again boyfriend from, like, middle school. They dated middle school, they dated high school, they dated in college, they dated after college. They keep breaking up. They almost got engaged. And then Ace got jealous of all of these other girls that kind of throw themselves at him. And this boyfriend's name is Mason, and he comes back to Bug Tussle because he's pretty intent on trying to get Ace to marry him. She disappeared on him about 8 or 9 months before that, and he really kind of just like wants her back. So he shows up, and coincidence, he's a lawyer, so he can help them out with all of this business they've gotten themselves into. So one of the reasons that I liked this book was because it dealt with an issue that I think, you know, on top of other things that are actual real issues, Ace is, as you might note from the title, Diary of a Mad Fat Girl, Ace is kind of chubby. And so she worries about that because she doesn't think that Mason really likes her enough because he's got all these beautiful girls that throw themselves at him, and she doesn't look like those girls. She's chubbier, she's got a sassy temper, she's, you know, kind of runs hot, gets mad pretty quickly, shoots her mouth off, then feels bad later. So I mean, I can identify with that. I'm kind of a dinosaur like that myself. You can't really see my fat butt, but just trust me on it, okay? I make a stegosaurus look skinny. Anywho, in the end, all is made well, and you know, like it usually is at the end of books. But something I learned as I was, you know, preparing this is that there's going to be 2 more of these books, so that's kind of cool. I think these would be good beach reads. They're pretty light. It was definitely a funny book. It wasn't, you know, deep, literary, anything like that, but it was funny and it was enjoyable, and I liked that. What was really cool and what I really enjoyed about this book, outside of the context of, you know, everything in it, the author actually wrote this book and couldn't get a book deal, and so on Christmas Day in 2010, she actually published the book herself, you know, an ebook kind of thing, self-publishing. And she did that, and you know, she went to the New York Times bestseller list with this book. Why does the time always go off when I'm trying to read the books for you people? I'm so sorry, Justin. I didn't mean to frighten you with the time. Are you done now, clock? Seriously, are you done? Because I'm getting sick of your crap every time I try to be, you know, scholarly, smart for the people. Anyway, so, yeah, she went to the New York Times bestseller list with this self-published book that she had, which was really kind of cool, and that's how she got a print deal. And, you know, that's the way a lot of book writers are going these days, authors, if you might call them such. And, you know, like I said last time, I use a really old typewriter to write my novels. So, you know, maybe someday I'm going to have to use a computer. I'm going to have to type it on there. And if I don't get a book deal, I might just have to, you know, try some self-publishing myself through, like, the Amazon or the Barnes & Noble. I wonder if they only make dinosaurs self-publish at 2 a.m. too. Justin, any thoughts? Baby, oh? Duly noted. Anyway, so I would probably give this book about 3.5 stars out of 5. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Anyway, yeah, I think if you are going to the beach this summer and you want a quick and easy read that's funny, the voice in this book is great. You can hear these girls from the South. You can hear their drawls and their accents, and they're feisty. They don't make nice. They use some bad words, and, you know, no holds barred, all of those kinds of things. So yeah, Diary of a Mad Fat Girl by Stephanie McAfee. I definitely recommend that you check it out, and also, Boyfriend is on sale now. What was I saying? Okay, so I will see you next time. I'm reading something that is more literary this time, so we're about 70 pages into that one. Just started it the other day as I was cruising a Barnes & Noble again, so we will see you soon with that recap. Thanks for checking me out today, and okay, goodbye.